And now we'll update you on some international sports news from right here in Indonesia as Ducati rider Alvaro Bautista made history as he came out as the first winner at the Mandalika World Superbike 2023. Meanwhile, crowd favorite Toprak Razgatlioglu followed him as runner-up. But the biggest surprise of the day was Shafi Vierge finishing in third place. For a full recap of the World Superbike, we currently have our team, Syarah Mediana and Lutfi Evan at the Pertamina Mandalika International Circuit. In regards to today's races, let's now connect with our very own reporters. Hi there, Syarah.
Hi. Good afternoon, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, drama. That's the exact word to describe what happened today at the Mandalika circuit. It was started with the T-Sort Superpole race, and at the T-Sort Superpole race it was opened by collision after collision. The collision itself happened between Danilo Petrucci, Alex Lowe's, and also Loris Bas. So the incident, it happened on the opening laps, on the lap 1, it happened on turn 2, and the most scary part was that Loris Bas' bike was split into 2, but thankfully he was okay. And then a few moments later, Jonathan Rea, also a Kawasaki rider, he had the same incident on the turn 2, on the same corner. That's why the race there were red flag, and then the race had to be restarted again from the beginning. But they just had to finish their remaining laps, which is only about 8 laps. But the race itself, the Superpole, T-Sort Superpole, was very intense. It was a few moments later, Loris Bas actually had another incident with Alex Lowe's. His dangling foot was struck. It made contact with Lowe's motorcycle, but it was quite fatal. He had a fracture on his ankles and he couldn't finish the race. And the race itself, it was very tight. There was some, chase between Toprak Razgatlioglu and also Axel Bassani, who yesterday he said that he was so eager to take the podium. However, he got pushed back to the 6th position, and the result of the Superpole, eventually it's the domination of the Yamaha's riders. It's a 1-2. 1-2 victory again, which is Toprak Razgatlioglu on the 1st position and Andrea Locatelli on the 2nd position. But this is the most inspiring story actually came from Alex Lowe's. Alex Lowe's, as I told you earlier, he actually had a bad incident. His bike split into 2, but he was okay, so he could return to the race. And he actually finished the race and managed to took the 3rd podium. And, which I think that sort of resonates with the old saying that sometimes you had to fall pretty hard to go back on top. And that's from the T-Sort Superpole race. And then there was also an incident where Alvaro Bautista, he tried to ride his bike surpassing Razgatlioglu. However, he had an incident as well, so he crashed and he couldn't finish the T-Sort Superpole race. He had to start at the 10th of the starting grid, which is quite of a disadvantage for him. But, it wasn't him if he couldn't, went back up. That actually happened at the race 2. More drama, obviously, on race 2. And, the collision actually happened again between Van den Mark and also Philip Otel. So they were out of the race. And then they had to restart the race again, just like the T-Sort Superpole race. But very unexpected as well. The high-end chase, the speed, the Ducati team, Bassani, Rinaldi was actually in the lead for a few laps, followed by Toprak Razgatlioglu, who had the advantage of the, Superpole position. the top pole position. However, though, somehow Xavi Vierge, he kept coming closer, and Alvaro Bautista as well. He started at the 10th position, but because the race 2 had to be restarted again, and then he was started at the 4th position at the starting grid, and from there he just kept going. He kept surpasses the other racer, and then eventually he was at the 2nd position. He tried to chase his own teammate, Rinaldi, and then this kept going for a few laps until eventually Alvaro Bautista he went over him and he led the race. And unfortunately, however, for Rinaldi, he get pushed behind to the 4th position, because all of a sudden, Xavi Vierge, he had quite a tough week, to be honest, at the free practice 1, free practice 2, free practice 3. He had a tough luck, but all of a sudden, he, with patience, he tried to go back up again, and then he actually had a pretty good starting grid at the Tissot Superpole at the 6th position. So he was at the top. He was at the top position. So, it's not that hard for him to actually keep that position. But it's very unexpected because it's no longer Yamaha domination. But instead, 3 manufacturers were at the podium: the Ducati, Yamaha, and also Honda. And yeah, so the race result, we have Alvaro Bautista at the 1st position, and I did actually ask Alvaro Bautista what was his secret to be so calm and to be so focused, and he said that it's meditation. As we all know, he is quite old. His age is not young anymore. He's 38, so he said that he had to fight not just with his physicality, but also with his brain. And on the 2nd position, there's Toprak Razgatlioglu, and then the 3rd position we have Xavi Vierge. And so what does the result done to the championship standing? Yeah, Alvaro Bautista, now he is still leading with 112 points. Toprak Razgatlioglu, he surpassed his own teammate with 75 points. And also Andrea Locatelli, he's on the 3rd now with 70 points. And that's all the recap that I had from today's WSBK race Mandalika. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Sharia. And we obviously were very happy to hear that the race and the weather was great as well over the weekend. And thank you for your live coverage.